Hey, what's going on? This is the place where you get edified with yours truly, Dr. Eddie, best-selling author and empowerment speaker. How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you're doing well. Listen, I got to make sure that you're part of my social circle. Are you a part of my social circle on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok? And we don't stop. Go right now at Eddie Connor Jr. Then you need to make sure that you're part of my online community, my academy family, my academy community, where we focus on faith, identity, relationships, speaker training, and so much more. I need you to make sure that you get connected and become a part of it. Go register right now, dreddieacademy.com. I want to see your face in our digital space. Listen, let's get right into it. Today, I want to talk about the Jeen-Yuhs Kanye West documentary. It's been on Netflix. I want to get into it. I want to talk about it and share just some of my reflections. These are my reflections. Yeah, so I want to get into it. That Kanye West, a documentary called Jeen-Yuhs. If you have not checked it out, I encourage you to do so. It's absolutely riveting. It is a behind the scenes, up close and personal view into the quest of Kanye West, to become a recording artist, to reach a place of notoriety, of fame, of acclaim, to really get his music heard. And when you really think about who Kanye West is today, and everybody says, oh, I miss the old Kanye, straight from the go Kanye, right? The one who rapped and said, lock yourself in a room doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers. That's a different world like Cree Summers. I deserve to do these numbers. That type of Kanye with the heart, the passion, the soul samples, of course, is what everybody misses. And, he's different now, but even when you see him making certain decisions, whether it comes to apparel, whether it comes to fashion, whether it comes to music, whether it comes to even the distribution of his music, and he's not taking opinions from other people. And it goes to the place of his uphill climb of all the people who rejected him and told him that he should just stay in his lane as a producer. You're not a rapper. You're a producer. You're known for your beats. Matter of fact, I'll sign you specifically just so we can get your beats and have access to that. He wanted to defy all the odds. He wanted to break the quote unquote glass ceiling that was above him, and nobody would hear him. Nobody would listen to him then. And look, we would have missed out on all of the incredible music that he has put out. But that same type of mindset that he had then is the mindset that he has now. They wouldn't listen to me then. Why should I listen to them now? Him standing up at Capitol Records, rapping on tables, playing his music All Falls Down at Rockefeller Records over and over and over again from room to room, and people just having conversations. Nobody would hear him. But that did not stop him from being relentless and really having that work ethic. It's an incredible, documentary to see the quest of Kanye West. And one of the main things, though, even the heartbeat of Kanye's heart is his mama Donda. Donda West is the really epicenter of this whole documentary. Her being in his ear, in empowering him and telling him, keep going, Kanye. I never heard her say son one time in a documentary. She always was reminding him. She was always telling him, Kanye, go Kanye. I like that Kanye. That's great, Kanye. Keep doing big things, Kanye. Right? Don't see the giant in the mirror, Kanye. You need an angel by your side, Kanye. And that word Kanye means the only one. And I guess every single time that she was saying his name, she's reminding him that you stand out from the masses. You're the only one who can be you. You're the only one who should walk in your authenticity as well as your authority. Her words of life, her words of life to Kanye, to her son, spoke life into him. When he would seemingly be rejected, when he would feel dejected, he'd go fly from New York to Chicago, back to his mama's crib, and get words of encouragement, get words of life that speak life into his dreams. And I think we need people in our lives like that. We need people in our lives who won't just say, give up on your dream, try something different. We need people in our lives who are going to encourage us, who are going to speak life into us, who are going to speak vision into us as visionaries, right? You need people who can see in you what sometimes you don't see in yourself. And that's what his mama did for him. God rest her soul, professor, Chicago State University, PhD. But you saw all of that confidence that Kanye has. And we can debate and go back and forth about the extremeness of what he does. And sometimes if it even borders on the whole aspect of being so overconfident, much less narcissistic. We can go into all that at another time. But the fact of the matter is, you need somebody who's going to speak life into your life, speak life into your dream, and tell you to keep going, tell you to keep writing, tell you to keep pursuing, tell you to keep building the business, right? Because you're one step closer today than you were yesterday to the fulfillment of the dream. Between the promise and the harvest, between the promise and the manifestation of the harvest, is a lot of hard work that goes into it. And I have to say, listen, I'm not just somebody who's just talking about Kanye based upon a bird's eye view from the outside looking in. But I've connected with Kanye a number of different times, hung out with Kanye a number of different times especially when he came to Detroit. And this was at the height of coming out of the College Dropout album into Late Registration. Late Registration, I believe, is probably his best work. We can debate on College Dropout. They say it's his biggest selling album. But I think the orchestration, the production, the element, the sound, especially him working with John Bryan, a movie producer, and all of that combined really made Late Registration his best album in my estimation. But I hung out with Kanye during the Late Registration tour. I think this is around 2005, 2006, if I'm not mistaken. And, it's Kanye wrapped in diamonds. I forever got family in the D. Kim folk from Motown. Back in the Shy, them folks ain't from Motown. So we came to Motown. And, I'm like, wow, this is Kanye West coming. I got to get to the concert. So I think it was at the Fox Theater in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. And he starts off the concert. He comes out like on this hospital gurney. And I'm like in the second or third row. And I'm looking like, what in the world is he about to do? Comes off this hospital gurney. And it's a depiction of, him being in the hospital after he got into the car accident that almost took his life. Rapping through the wire, so to speak. And he jumps off the gurney and he's just rapping and he's going into his whole discography with the polo, and he's got the Jesus Peace chain and all this other stuff. It was just an incredible concert. And you saw he didn't have the pyrotechnics, none of that. Just had his band, just had his singers, just had the DJ, no big props, and he's rapping from his heart. He's literally speaking to the crowd from his soul. Concert ends, everybody's clearing out, everybody's walking out. And I'm just saying in the back of my mind, I said, man, I would love to meet Kanye. I'd love to meet the guy. And I went to the concert with my brother. My brother's, talking to people that he knows. And I'm walking outside the Fox and, nice, rather nice evening, chilly evening or whatever the case may be. And I'm looking around the corner and there's this guy who's just standing on the side of the building. And he and I just happened to strike up a conversation. And he's like, yo, I'm talking about the concert. He's talking about the concert. Little did I know that the guy's name is Tony Williams. And he said, hey, man, you'd love to meet Kanye? I'm like, yeah, I'd love to meet Kanye. Where? He said, come in the back with me. Tony Williams is a backup singer. He's Kanye West's cousin. We're going to the back. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing Kanye West. He's talking to a particular fan. No long line. Some young white lady he's talking to. And it's just me who's next. He's in like this yellow t-shirt. Jesus is my homeboy t-shirt. Jesus Walk is a very big song at that time. And he's got not a Rockefeller chain. He's got the Jesus piece, diamond encrusted, blinged out Jesus piece chain. And I'm like, whoo-wee. He's just killing it. As he said, he wanted to be the best dressed rapper. And he didn't have on anything incredibly extravagant outside of the chain. And he and I just started talking, right? He and I just started talking. And this was during my time where I thought, hey, I was going to either be a producer or try to go into the rap game or whatever the case may be. And I give him my demo. I had a demo tape. And he said, took it in his hand. He said, man, I put my first demo tape on cassette too. And, we just kicking it. And little did I realize we had so much in common. And I think especially when you look at the documentary, what resonates, I think, with a lot of people is that they've been deemed the underdog. People have overlooked them. People have cut them short. And he was at that time, especially the depiction of the underdog. Somewhat of a nerdy guy. He had his retainer. He put his retainer out on the console at the production studio, and everybody's looking like, "What are you doing, man?" He was so great with the production and the programming, so on and so forth. But I think so many people saw him as an underdog, and this underdog made it, myself included. I saw a lot of, especially during that time, a lot of me in him. People saw me as the underdog. I almost died, from cancer. People didn't think I was going to make it. Nobody told me that. A lot of people told me I wasn't going to go to college, especially my guidance counselor. And I lived through dying places. I made it through what a lot of people didn't think that I would ever amount to. I never saw myself even becoming what I became. Because there was a lot of doubt, but I still had to find the determination despite the doubt. And I think a lot of people really resonated with that type of Kanye during that time. He and I were talking, as I said, and I was telling him my story. And of course, he goes into the whole aspect of, hey, yeah, he had a brush with death as well. Shared with him, hey, both our mamas, both PhDs, retired educators. And then both of us lived out of the country. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he lived in China for a little while. I lived in Jamaica. And so we just kicked it, had some laughs. And he said, yo, come into the room. And so we're in the room. And I look around the room, and it's India.Arie in the room. It's one of his stylists, Don C. It's a few other people, maybe no more than 10. And even in talking to Kanye, believe it or not, you may not believe this, but Kanye is rather shy. He's a rather shy guy. We're backstage and, kicking it. It's just real chill vibe. And I'm like, yo, I'm backstage with Kanye West, just chilling or whatever the case may be. And grateful I'm not starstruck and all this other stuff. I just figured, yeah, he's just a real cool guy. Met other celebrities, met Beyonce. She's very, very shy. But keep it moving with the story. I'm in backstage with Kanye, right? And he's going all around, everybody just talking, chilling, and he's just holed up on the side of of a wall, just chilling. And it's almost like he's not even in the room. Real quiet, real shy, real laid back guy. And all of a sudden he gets a call on his phone, and it's Nia Long. And he's got his computer on his lap. He's got his computer, and he gets on the phone with Nia, has a very short conversation with her, wraps up the conversation. He said, "Hey, y'all, I was just talking to Nia, and I want to show y'all the Touch the Sky pre-production video. Nobody had ever seen it before. Hadn't even come out. But that was going to be his next single, Touch the Sky, from the Late Registration album." And he's playing the video, and, you know, he's in this 1970s type of look. And Nia Long is on. She's one of the co-stars that's in the video. And it's just real chill. It's about maybe 2-3 minutes that he shows. And we just like, yo, this is real cold. This is going to be a smash. When we first heard it with the sample and everything, we knew it was going to be a hit. But you think about this, especially when you think about the genius aspect of it. And yeah, you can say, hey, he's lost his way and this, that, and the other, and the fiasco with his wife and all these things. The man moves to the beat of his own drum. And the reason I believe he moves to the beat of his own drum is because he was an outcast. You know, he was the person who was overlooked, the person who was underestimated. He was the underdog. And the world almost missed out on the gifts that he had because so many people overlooked him. But what he did was he invested in his own dream. What he did was he financed his first music video through the wire. What he did was he had a number of different people around him who believed in him. And the person who was doing all the footage, if you go and look at the Netflix documentary Jeen-Yuhs, there's this guy by the name of Cootie, who we got to give kudos to him, who shot all the footage. The guy gave up basically much of his life. He moved. Who knows if he was compensated? Who knows if he was paid for all the time that he spent? Hundreds of hours, what I hear that he has of Kanye footage, but they synced it down to maybe about 7 hours that we're seeing through Netflix. This guy believed in Kanye so much that he said, I'm gonna move, that I'm gonna chart all of your progress, all of the hurt, the pain, the struggles, the strengths, the losses, the wins, because I believe in you and I believe you're gonna hit it big. Listen, everybody needs in their life a Donda West, and everybody needs in their life a Cootie, right? And even the other guy who helped write Chike and Jay Ivy. You need people in your life like that who believe in you sometimes when you don't even believe in yourself. Will stick by you, will encourage you, will document, and will believe in you and capture it up close and personal. Not trying to hate on you, but they want to elevate with you. And really nobody can tell him anything because they try to stop him from doing everything. And so with the whole aspect of a riveting documentary like that, something that really touches your soul, and me knowing especially kind of the background aspect of a lot of the footage that you all see today, and me being able to literally hang out with Kanye, talk with him prior to his mama's death especially, and see how much she instilled in him, and really see that early aspect of that genius where the film is named specifically for much of his traits that he possesses, was absolutely mind-blowing. And it serves reverence to you, to where, listen, you got to believe in your dream more than ever before. I love seeing documentaries like that. I love seeing, the hurt, the pain, and the growth of what people have to go through to get where they are today, and how that determination seeps into your soul, how that determination now should challenge you to do something different. Listen, no dream is unreachable, as I've said before. No vision is unachievable. No goal is unattainable. If you believe it, you got to go for it. Surround yourself with somebody who's going to encourage you. Surround yourself with people who are going to walk with you. Not when it's just good, but even when it's bad, through the ups and the downs. And then don't let anything stop you. Mute the mumblers. Don't allow people's opinions to become your prison. Don't have to be narcissistic to do it, but you ought to walk with an air of confidence, boldly, with authority and authenticity, knowing that if God gave you the vision, He's going to give you the provision. If you just walk it out, if you just believe between the promise and the manifestation of the harvest, that you put in the hard work, that you stay in place, that you focus on your focus, it's going to happen for you. I don't know if it's a recording contract. I don't know if it's a book deal. I don't know if it's a boutique. I don't know if it's a business. I don't know if it's a nonprofit. I don't know if it's you opening your own building. But whatever the passion and the drive and the tenacity and the energy and the determination and the desire that you have within you, it's your time to go for it. It's your time to tap into your inner genius. That's what it is. That's just what I was saying. And I hope what I was saying was speaking to your mind, heart, soul, and spirit. Listen, make sure that you stay connected. Of course, if you're not a part of the social circle, join the social circle. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and we don't stop at Eddie Connor Jr. And then, of course, join my Academy family. Join my online community where we focus on faith, identity, relationships, speaker training, financial empowerment, and so much more. I need to see your face in our digital space. Go right now, DrEddieAcademy.com. Peace and love. Stay encouraged, stay uplifted, stay edified. I'm yours truly, Dr. Eddie.